All right, looks like we're live here. So I got a question on one of my last videos about what's the gear, what's the build, what's the Merc wearing, basically like what's the setup. So I kind of wanted to go over where I'm at progress-wise with this Barb on this ladder. He's doing very, very well. Had a couple of really lucky streaks in Travancore, made some lucky trades over time, and I'm pretty happy with where he's at. Right now we are currently sitting at level 88, so we're not even breaking 90 yet because we mostly just do solo farming. When you do Travancore with a Barbarian, you want to do it on players 1. So when you do the horking of the Trav Council on players 1 with a Barbarian, you still get the drops as if it was player 7, even though it's players 1. So the kill speed is faster, but the drops are still as good as if you're playing with the full party. So keep that in mind as to why some Barbarians start at level 75-ish for running Trav, because you're only doing it on players 1. It's a very good solo farmer, I guess, for Travancore. So we stuck with Whirlwind. Fairly recently we respec'd, and I'm currently working on getting a torch that's going to cause me to probably respec again. You can see we're rocking 144 strength. This is inflated a little bit by some of the gear. We're rocking 150 dex, again a little inflated by the gear, and then mostly everything else is going in vitality. We have basically no points in energy. Reason for that, just hop right on into the gear. We are using a Grief Phase Blade. This isn't the best one ever. In fact, it's pretty trash, but if you have 34 or higher increased attack speed on a Phase Blade, I'm pretty sure you get the best whirlwind speeds possible. Correct me if I'm wrong if there's any super barbarian people out there, but I think 34 is kind of like where you want to be. Phase Blade's like base attack speed is fast enough, plus any other increased attack speed you might get off of like your belts or your gloves, whatever, just kind of like is overkill. But basically you just need like somewhere in that range. So this Grief I made myself. It was terrible, but it still does unbelievably good damage. If I could get better, it'd be fine, but honestly the clear speed is just fine. I'm not gonna spend an astronomical amount. High Griefs go for like burrs, 2 burrs, something like that. So if you can find yourself a way into getting a low rune, your options with the Barbarian really open up, or any melee character for that matter. Just get yourself a 5 open socket Phase Blade, get a low and a mal rune, and the rest is all pretty gravy. Make one of these bad boys, and then you're working with gas there. So this is basically the most crucial piece of gear for a melee build. And with Whirlwind, there is currently a bug in the game that allows you to basically copy whatever weapon you have in your primary slot to be your offhand weapon as well. So let me explain. You'll see up here it's showing that I have a broken weapon. There's a bug, if you're not aware of this. If you do already know this, then just disregard it. But if you have a offhand weapon that is broken, so durability of 0, now say it's ethereal where you cannot repair it, you put one of these on, you can get these for, I don't know, a lem rune maybe even lower. Any weapon basically that is ethereal that you can hold on to and break, keep it on in your offhand slot, and then basically you just made yourself another Grief. And that only works with the Whirlwind skill, so don't quote me on anything else. But if you use Whirlwind and you're using a Grief in one hand and a broken offhand, you basically have a Grief, and just imagine this is a Grief, because the Whirlwind ticks, I guess, one in the primary, one in the offhand. But since you don't have an offhand, it duplicates the primary weapon, so you're basically hitting every time with your main hand weapon. So you basically are just getting non-stop double Grief damage on a Whirlwind. So very interesting way of cutting a corner and saving a lot of trading juice for your build if you do it this way. I know it's not ideal and it looks kind of dumb with him only having like, you know, one weapon in hand, but there's really not a lot of incentive as a Whirlwind Barbarian to not do this or to actually craft yourself a second grief, unless your first one really sucks, which mine does, so it wouldn't hurt if I did it. But until this is patched, I would highly recommend saving your extra low rune and spend it on something else like your Merc or like a Fortitude armor or something like that. But anyways, so we got grief, broken offhand because we're doing Whirlwind. We're rocking an Ariat's face. This is just an incredible helmet for Barbarians just because of the bonus to attack rating, strength, resistances. I put a socket quest in it and then added a P topaz just for extra magic find. You get some skills, some life leech. My life leech on this one's really low, but still it doesn't really matter with this build. High Lords, very, very good amulet here for a melee character just because of the Deadly Strike. Deadly Strike basically means double damage. So you have a 33% chance at the level that I'm at right now, which is 88, of doing double your damage, basically. You get plus the skills, some attack speed, yada, 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 some lightning resist, which is all good and gravy. So probably one of the second, either the first or second most sought after unique amulet. You can get this for about an Ist rune. This you can get for about a Lim rune. Grief, obviously, you need like a low rune and a little bit more because the 5-open socket base is about a Lim rune, and then you have to find yourself a Mal on top of the low rune. The rest is all really cheap. Ariat's face you can get for really cheap, probably like a Lim or a couple P gems, honestly. Next, I'm rocking a Fortitude Dust Shroud. So Dust Shroud armors, I think they go up, if they're just base, like not superior, they can go up to like 460 base defense. This one was like a 458 or something like that, so it was like almost perfect on defense. 3 open sockets. I got the base armor for like, I think a Lim rune. Lim runes are really good currency for just like oddball shit like this. So get yourself I guess a Fortitude base of 4 open sockets. It doesn't have to be a Dust Shroud, but the defense for the strength requirement, Dust Shroud is really, really good for the Barbarian. You only need 77 strength to wear this bad boy. So with Whirlwind, this duplicates that plus the damage from the grief and makes your kill speed incredibly fast. Another great option for a Whirlwind Barb is either Enigma, if you have the juice to build one. What I was rocking before on my older videos, another great way to get some extra magic find and gold find, make a wealth armor, Lim Cotier and a 3 open socket armor. This is a great alternative for a Fortitude. I mean, honestly, this is kind of a flexible spot for Barbarians in the Whirlwind build. This is just icing on the cake. His clear speed was already great for solo Trav. This just kicks it up higher to where you can do like Chaos and Nithalak and things like that. Pretty damn easy too, just because that enhanced damage makes him push some serious big numbers, and then the resistances help too, so that's nice. But if you're just running Trav, you can get away with a wealth armor. This is a really good way of being a gold find Barb, also good MF, things of that nature, so really good alternative here. And this is what I was using for most of my videos until I found the juice to make myself another Fortitude. So that's what we're rocking currently. Laying of Hands, easily the best Trav runner glove you can wear for any melee character, I think, just because of the enhanced damage to demons. The council is demons, so you get a shitload of damage against them, and then you have that fire resist, which is so good for Trav. Highly, highly recommend getting yourself a Laying of Hands. You can get these for almost next to nothing. Couple P gems, probably like a Lum rune, maybe a Lem rune if someone's real greedy. Get yourself a couple Dwarf Stars if you're running Trav. The gold find is fucking amazing, and then the fire absorb is really, really good for Trav and Cole. So you're getting max fire and some absorb, which is good healing from fire, which is pretty good. I gambled a dual leech ring here. I found this one myself just with some of the gold I found from doing Travancore. I think one of my older rings was this one here, which was strength, mana, attack rating, and some life, some resist. Also not a bad ring, but dual leech is where it's at, in my opinion, for a Whirlwind Barb, because you're getting extra life, extra mana, and some other stats on top of it. That lightning resistance is pretty sexy too. So get yourself a gold wrap. The increased attack speed, and then also the gold and the magic find is great. Just make sure you do the cube formula to make this a battle belt so that you're getting your 12 slots on the belt. So there's a formula to up or upgrade your unique belt, and you want to use that on a gold wrap. That makes it way better. Gore Riders are the boots that I prefer in this spot. The Crushing Blow is huge for killing bosses. Deadly Strike, again, is double damage. Open Wounds is, you know, just an additional dot or damage over time for certain guys. The rest of it's all pretty good and gravy. 30 faster run walk is really good too for just, you know, getting to the council and things like that. So that's the primary gear. On the weapon swap, we got Alibaba's. I think both these for like, I don't know, maybe 12 P-gems, and then they come 2 open sockets, and then I just put a bunch of extra lem runes I had in them, because lem runes help with gold find on weapon slots. So when I weapon swap, I'm horking with these up, so I'm getting a lot more MF and a lot more gold find. So from the council, you're going to get a shitload of gold and a lot better, you know, magical or chance at a unique kind of thing. So this will not affect rune drop, just so you know. Runes from anyone is not affected by gold find or magic find, so it's just based on the drop table. And the council is really good for killing and getting high runes from it, because they're one of the only character classes that have an additional like triple drop chance when you do like a hork on them kind of thing. So really good to run these in Travancore, in my opinion, because the gold, you'll just gamble your ass off with it, which is awesome. So that's all the primary character gear. I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying to get a 1919 Hellfire Torch right now. I'll probably respec once I get that. I did farm this Annie today, killed an Asian declone, and got this bad boy. I was super happy about it. So if you can find yourself a way to get an Annie, either by following a couple of the Discord channels that like track the bots, or they have tracking bots for Diablo, get yourself on some of those, find out where he's going to spawn, and if you have the time and availability to just pop into a hell game, people will help you kill him if you can't yourself, or if you have a barbarian, something like this character, you can easily do it by yourself as long as you have a couple full jubs. So real easy to get. I think this was like my 5th one for this latter season, and this is the best one so far, which is awesome. Other than that, small charms, you want to look for either resists, probably 16 or higher life, or one of the really good things to get is some resistances or attack rating and min or max damage on them. Like this isn't that great, but like, you know, max damage, attack rating, some dex basically means more attack rating, things like that. A lot of my large charms are this way as well, kind of just attack rating and life kind of thing, max damage, attack rating. These are really good for melee characters. They help with your damage output big time. It's just some random shit that I found. Let me get that off here. Yeah, so that is the primary Barb. Mercenary is rocking a Kira's Guardian. You can get a really high Kira's, like 60 plus all resist, for probably an rune. If you're on like Tradery or on the Discord channels like the Chaos Sanctuary or whatever, people trade these all the time. This is really good. Merc can't be frozen. Really good resistances, because your Merc will die so fast in Travancore if they don't have good resist. You couple this Kira's Guardian, which gives you a boatload of resist, which the Merc already has base resist that are pretty high. Then you give him 63 more from the Kira's, and then you give him a Guardian's Angel, which gives him a higher maximum to all of the resists. He's going to like cap out, as you can see, at 90. So he's basically going to have 90% damage reduction for all of those resistances, including fire, which is what the Hydras typically melt your mercenary. So if you have Guardian, Kira's, and then the last thing you get is a Reaper's Toll. This is just a very generic Barbarian mercenary build, because the Reaper's Toll, it has Life Leech on it, so the Mercs will stay alive, and it also gives a Decrepify aura or curse 33% of the time when he's stabbing guys. So he'll cast a tiny little Decrepify curse on him, which is great for breaking physical immunities. So if a guy is immune to physical damage, he gets decrepified. Now you can be hurt by physical damage. Also slows guys down, which makes the Mercs tankier, and really reduces damage too by a lot. Decrepify is one of the most ridiculous curses in the game, and this item happens to proc it 33% of the time, which with him jabbing as fast as he does, it's like all the fucking time. So Reaper's Toll, Guardian's Angel, Kira's, like I said, you can probably get for an Guardian Angel, you could probably get for like Paul and the Lem Rune together, and then a Reaper's Toll, just depending on what someone really wants to get out of it. I think I got this for 6 P gems, so it's like next to nothing. Now an F1 is probably worth like an Ohm Rune or something like that, especially if it's high. But you could up this armor to give him more defense if you wanted to. I haven't done that yet. I probably will though. So you'd increase the Templar coat to the next level, and you could socket it with something else to give him more resist or faster attack speed or whatever the hell you want. But quite honestly, it doesn't matter. Your Barb can pretty much do it by himself. The Merc is kind of there just to be a damage sponge, and then also cast that Decrepify. He's just kind of like an extra person. You don't need him, but he does help the clear speed for sure. On to the build. We already went over all the stats. The build here. I did just respec, like I said, because I got that really good Annie, and I wanted to maximize a couple of things here. So this is a Whirlwind build, so you're going max Whirlwind. You're kind of going 1 point into everything else to get to Whirlwind. Now you have to have Berserk. So you're basically going straight down 1 point to Berserk. Berserk does magic damage. So if you come against a physical immune, you can hit him with Berserk, and it's also really good against single targets rather than a Whirlwind, because Whirlwind costs a lot of mana versus this, which only costs 4 mana. This costs like 26, so this is like 6 times more expensive than a Berserk, and you can do single target damage pretty damn well with this, and it's magical damage. So a lot of guys don't have resistances to magic in Hell. So Whirlwind's your main AoE, single target Berserk. That's kind of why it's like this on my skill bar. So yeah, just 1 point in everything, including Berserk, just 1 point. And then you're going Whirlwind. Combat masteries, if you're doing a blade like I am, like a phase blade, max blade mastery, 1 point into all of the passives. This is easily one of the best passives in all of Diablo. Natural resistances is just so stupid, especially once it's buffed up. You just get 50 all resist pretty much for no other investment. So then we're doing 1 point all the way down to Battle Command. Now I wouldn't recommend doing it this way until you're above level 85 or so, just because you won't have enough points to kind of spread it around the right way. So now that I'm above 85, I did it this way. I'm going 1 point all the way down till I hit Battle Command. Then what I did is I put max points in Find Potion, max points in Find Item, 1 point in Grimoire. Grimoire gets synergies from Find Potion. Find Potion being maxed also gives this incredible high chance to find an item. So this is a new synergy from 2.4. So every point in this gives Find Item 1% more chance to find an item. So at this level, without even Battle Command up, it's 74% chance. That means every time I hork, 74% of the time I'm going to find items. And in the Trav Council, that makes for a huge increase in loot over a couple of runs. So I went max find item. Basically, this is the route I went. In order to do that, you have to find potion, maximize, or put max points in a find potion. And since you're doing that, you might as well put 1 point in Grimoire, because find potion gives 5% damage taken per level to Grimoire. So just 1 point in Grimoire. If you ever have like just a nobody kind of like dead guy laying on the ground, if you do Grimoire on that person's body, it will give an area of effect that slows and terrorizes all the guys around it, and they will all take 120% more damage, which like in the cow level is insane, because that's better than amp damage can do for you. So that's like basically like having a necromancer on your team casting a super powered amp damage on all the cows. So you kill one cow, you go over to his body, put one Grimoire down, all the guys will get this little green twinkly thing above their head, and then you can just mow through them with your whirlwind, and it kills them so much faster. So might as well, since you got max find potion and max find item, just put 1 point Grimoire. Then your point dump is battle orders. So from whatever level you are going forward, every point goes into battle orders, in my opinion. You typically want to run Travancore when you have about, I would say a safe bet is like 2,800 health plus. If you can get above 3K, that's the best. And that's with BO, I mean. So let me step out here and show you. So yeah, we're walking 3265. Max resistances now, because that 1 extra point into our natural resistances gives that 52 all resist, which put us at poison cap, which is great. Let's see, find item right now is 74% chance still, so this is the build. This is the Merc. I hope that helped. Let's do a quick little run so I can show you how quickly this kills guys. Now with the Fortitude armor, it's kind of insane. If I can hit the guys. There we go. There we go, and we're horking away. You see the gold. Gold's insane. So not a whole lot dropped on this run, but that 74% chance, I think almost every single guy coughed up some additional loot. Just in case you're curious, the advanced stats with the Alibabas out, we're rocking 260 better percent, or 260 MF and 1016 extra gold. So that's what every hork is going to get when you actually get the dead body. Without it, I'm rocking 84 MF, which again, it doesn't matter for runes, and I'm getting 276 extra gold for monsters on the initial kill, but then when you hork, you're getting a shitload more. So that's the benefit of a Barbarian, is you can weapon swap, way increase your MF and your gold find, and then get more drops. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video, that explainer. I don't know why I'm walking, but that's basically the Barb. That's kind of what the armor looks like, front and back, if you use a Death Shroud on a Barb, in case that's something you're interested in. And yeah, this is why I have this symbol up here, is because of the whirlwind broken offhand bug. Until they fix that, I would really recommend abusing this. I mean, maybe I'm a bad person for saying it that way, but that's the way it's been for a while, actually. So they're choosing not to patch these kind of things, which is fine, because makes this build so much better. Anyways, guys, leave some comments, like the video. If you have any other questions regarding the build or tips or tricks for running Trav when you're lower level, put them down below and I'll try and answer them the best I can. For the guy that asked the question on the last video, I'll reply to you on the video you asked it on and hopefully link you to this video, and then we should all be up to speed. Alright guys, I'll catch you. See ya.